everyone, Christine Maji here. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I wanted to pop on here and give you a little bit of an update about what I've been up to over the last pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic has changed so much of our world and our day-to-day, and my life definitely looks very different from when the pandemic started. I was so lucky to actually have the chance to travel right before the pandemic really hit in the US. When I got back from that trip, within a week, everything had completely shut down. I remember going to grocery stores, there's nothing in the stores, very apocalyptic. I'm sure we all have memories like that of just when you felt like, wow, something big is happening, and it was scary, to be honest. I think for me and a lot of people, it was a really hard time. A lot of anxiety, a lot of fear and unknowns as we were trying to figure out what was going on. But along with that came a lot of introspection for me and just time to think about what I wanted to do, how I wanted to spend my time, what was really important in my life, and seems to be a common theme amongst a lot of folks. So even though the pandemic has been just a terrible tragedy with all the lives lost, I do think it's provided us with a little time to reflect, and I think that's always a good thing. So my world immediately shifted to working from home from my kitchen counter. I actually didn't think I would like working remotely full time. I thought, I like my once a week work from home schedule, but every day, I don't know if I could do it. But it turns out I actually really enjoyed it as kind of the weeks and months went on. I found myself with more time, more flexibility. I wasn't commuting 45 minutes to an hour, both there and back to my job. And at the same time that I'm starting to work from home, also preparing for another big cross-country move. So that definitely kept me busy during that first summer of the pandemic. I ended up moving back home to the Bay Area in California last August, and I haven't lived here in 15 years actually. So to be back as an adult is something that's new and different for me. It's so wonderful to be back near my family because the last 8-9 years I'd only seen them, once or twice a year. So that's a big change for me. But also, change of scenery was good. It was good to have more sunshiny days and a lot more access to nature and just seeing some of my friends that still live here. It's been a comforting place to be in a world that's very uncomfortable right now. You may also notice this new office. I have this space that I've basically been living in ever since I moved. And when I say I live in this room, I really mean it. I have my workout area on one side, I've got my day job desk over there, and then here is kind of my creative corner that I've been using to pick up a little bit of a new hobby, which is painting my doodles. And it's been a really fun experience for me to just get off of a screen, use my hands, zone out, not try to make anything amazing. Actually, my goal was to make as much bad art as I possibly could. And that really helped me as someone with perfectionist tendencies to just relax about it and not try to make it a thing. Just make sure it's like fun and something that I'm doing because I enjoy it and no other reason. And that's actually been really nice and something that I don't think would have happened without the pandemic. Another really big change in my life is that I actually switched jobs recently. I was at my previous job for almost 3 years, and I spent about 4 months on the job hunt starting last December, where I, like everyone, had to update my portfolio, write my case studies, make a big spreadsheet of all the companies I was applying to, tons of interviews, tons of phone calls. Job searching is a job in and of itself, and I definitely got a taste of just what that's like these days since it had been a little while. And through that process, I really got to kind of hone in on exactly what I was looking for. I started my job search thinking one thing, I want to work for this type of company in this industry. And as I started talking to these places, I kind of realized that, maybe that's not actually what I thought it would be like. So what else might work for me? And I think that was a little bit hard at first because, ending up getting far down a process with a company where you're spending a lot of time and energy in meetings and Zoom calls, to actually make it to the offer stage in some cases, and then to have to say, actually, this isn't exactly lining up with my values or what I want my regular everyday work life to look like. It got to a point where I was actually considering just quitting everything and becoming a full-time consultant. I did a lot of research about that. I was thinking people that are freelancers seem to have it pretty good, right? They make their own schedule, they, pick their own clients, they have a process, it kind of runs itself. Yeah, it's hard in the beginning, but once it gets rolling, there is no shortage of work. So all of these things really were appealing to me as someone who just really was craving more flexibility and more autonomy. So there I am thinking I could either do this consulting, freelancing full-time, or I want to find a place where I'm personally really excited and invested in and feel like I'm contributing to a great cause, that I'm making an impact in real, tangible ways that really matter to me. And I actually found that with this company. So I am so grateful to have found it. So far, it's gone really, really well. It's very mission driven, which is exactly what I was looking for. It's in like the nutritious, healthy food, sustainability space, which I am super passionate about. I hope to keep you updated in the future about what I'm working on. Maybe they'll get to share a little bit more than I have in the past. So I'm really excited about this new chapter in my career. It is a little bit different for me in that I'm actually the only product designer at this time. So previously I was part of a much larger design team where I had separate, writers and people that were better at research and information architecture to kind of lean on. But here, since I'm the only one, it's kind of up to me to do all the things, which previously that might have been a little scary and intimidating for me, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm confident in my skills that I'm really ready to just jump in and wear all the hats again, much like in my agency days. There's so much potential for great work, and I'm just really excited to see where it goes. What else have I been up to? So I've been taking care of my newly diagnosed diabetic cat. I have been hiking. I have been exploring my new city a little bit. I've been having a lot of outdoor lunches with my friends and family. I am actually getting my second dose of the vaccine tomorrow. So by the time this video comes out, hopefully I will have recovered. But I will feel so relieved just knowing that's over with, and I'll feel a little bit more comfortable going out and doing some more things. But I'm so excited to start living my life in my new city because I really haven't had a chance to explore it as much as I'd like, obviously being in my house all the time, and particularly this room. Anyway, so basically that's kind of the last year and a half as far as what I've been up to career-wise and some random hobbies I've picked up. But seriously, the last year and a half really taught me a lot. Life is short, and we need to think about how we spend our time here. A lot of that kind of philosophical stuff came up for me, so if that's been your experience as well, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. So I hope for me and for you, any lessons that you've learned over the past year and a half that you carry forward. For those of you in countries that are still fighting and having a really hard time, I pray that you will get some relief soon. Please donate to India, to other countries that are really struggling right now. They really need our help. Otherwise, get vaccinated, stay safe, stay healthy. Maybe I'll make another one of these in a little bit. For now, I've kind of decided that my regular YouTube video days are kind of over. And the reason behind that is not because I don't appreciate all of you, but it's more of I came to YouTube to share what I've learned and experienced through my career up until that point. I had a lot of different experiences and I wanted to talk about them and hopefully give you advice that I wish I would have known. And I did all of that stuff that I wanted to do. All the content I set out to create, all of the experiences I set out to share, I pretty much did my whole list. And now I feel like I'm in a point where I need to experience more myself. I need to try new things, and that will give me more to share with you in the future. But right now, you're pretty much caught up. Just know that I am here if you need to reach out. Leave me a comment, send me an email, a DM on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm still here for you. So don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm still in this room on my computer. And that's about it. So thank you for watching this. I appreciate the interest in what I've been up to. I wish you health and happiness. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.